What's going on, everybody? It's Raymond and Scar here with another episode of the Brew Dudes Sportscast. I had beer just go everywhere. Reminded me of that time we did an episode in
What?
person. I had beer just go everywhere. Shoot out of the can.
Shit.
What? Are you frozen?
My shit just started freezing out of nowhere.
I can see you, and you're still moving the whole time.
And you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's weird. You're completely frozen.
I'm moving now. Can you see me move?
Nope.
Weird. I'm swaying back and
Maybe I
forth.
should try disconnecting. Maybe I should try disconnecting from the Wi-Fi.
Maybe. Yeah.
Shit. Hold on.
All right.
You can see me?
No, it just no. I see a black screen with an eye in the middle.
Great.
We did this in this room last week.
I know.
Weird.
I mean, I'm seeing you moving now a little bit, but it's like lagging.
Yeah, and it doesn't show you at all. It doesn't show you at all.
Awesome.
Do we want to restart it? There you are. Can you see?
Okay. I turned the camera off and turned it back on.
Okay, good. Am I still laggy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see you, but it's whatever.
Okay. All right. So, tonight we are previewing week 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, week 4.
Okay. There's a little lag in this because you're like not replying for like a second to 2 seconds after I stop talking. So.
Yeah, you sound like a freaking robot to me.
Oh, really? That's so weird. I feel like ever since we've
Oh, it
started
just
this
cleared up now.
Okay, ever since we started this season, we've always had issues.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right.
All
Well,
right.
let's get started on week 4. Well, no, let's go back to week 3 and do our top 10, our 10, and stuff like that. So what do you have to say about the game?
Dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like defeated after that game.
Yeah. I've sat through a lot of Jags games, and that was by far one of the worst I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Like, I'm not giving up on them, but it really sucks every year, especially this year, having so much exciting at the beginning of the season, like all these superstars on offense and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't win the games that are, like, supposed to be guaranteed wins.
Right.
Like,
would you say at all? Would you say we're overrated at all?
Would you say what?
If we were over, would you say we're overrated?
Overrated?
Yes, overrated.
I don't know. I mean, we saw them perform pretty good against Kansas City.
Yeah.
We just haven't had. I mean, Indianapolis isn't really a true test.
Right.
Kansas City, we made a lot of mistakes, but we didn't like.
Defense played
We
well.
looked worse against Houston, and
yes.
Yeah, defense played well against Kansas City. We looked terrible against Houston, where Kansas City we actually looked like pretty good. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if non-bias look outside looking in, then at this point, like the way that we let Indy with a rookie quarterback score on us, and then losing to
Indy's
Kansas
not
City,
bad.
making a bunch of,
Yeah,
yeah.
Indy's not bad. They just beat Baltimore.
But and then looking at the way we just got defeated by Houston, I mean they owned us. Outside looking in, I would say, yeah, I think we are at this point overrated.
If you think about it, last year we ended the season beating Josh Dobbs, Davis Mills, and somebody else that's not very good to end the season. You know, so that's. I mean,
Yeah,
we weren't playing really good teams. So I feel like we're starting off this
yeah,
year the same way we started last year.
yeah.
But we'll
I mean,
see.
I have hope that they'll turn it around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just bad all around. I mean,
Yep. It was
I don't
horrible.
letting letting CJ Stroud throw all over us. Damian Pierce, who hasn't done anything for the first 2 weeks of the season, just had a field day with us, just running all over us. Um,
He had an
yeah.
average day. He had an okay day. His best game all
Well,
year.
I'm saying compared to what he's been doing, he had good
Yes.
running back numbers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there isn't much
Oh,
to say about
and
the Texans, huh?
yeah, and one of the biggest disappointments was Ridley's performance.
Dude, I hate to say
I
this,
I
but
felt like he was just
I feel like he's a thorn in the side. You know?
no. I see. Adam's like talking about Christian Kirk, and he's like, well, Christian Kirk's outperformed Ridley this season. It's like, okay, yeah, you can say that. We're 3 games into the season, but Ridley outperformed Christian Kirk week 1. Christian Kirk has had 2 good weeks now, but I look at it for future potential, and I still think Ridley is the much better receiver than Christian Kirk. Like, yeah, he had a horrible game against Houston, but I would rather have Ridley on my team any day.
Yeah. I think if we had Zay Jones on Sunday, we might have won. But I mean, big play Zay, you never know.
There was one play though where Trevor threw it to Ridley covered in the end zone, and they were showing the replay, and Kirk was coming across the middle about 3 yards or 5 yards short of the end zone, but wide
Yeah.
open. And
Yeah.
if Trevor would have hit Kirk, he could have easily gotten a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying, though. I feel like all the pressure's on Ridley to have a great year. Trevor's just targeting him. Ingram's not involved much. You saw it in the second half. They got the ball to Ingram, and look what he did. Moved the ball.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I
it
mean,
is what
Ingram's
it is.
doing good though. They're
Yeah.
using him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
All
know.
right.
That's just how it is with an offense when you have so many weapons. There's going to be weeks where somebody like Christian Kirk goes off. There's going to be weeks where Zay Jones goes off. You
Right.
know?
Right. We'll see. We'll see what happens in London the next 2 weeks with Atlanta and Buffalo.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
You want
Kirk
you want to
said
go
that
on?
they need this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kirk and the coach said they need to get out of Jacksonville for some time. So we'll see what that means.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go over week 3's pick'ems. What was your record going into this week?
Going into this week, I was 14-6, and you were 11-9.
Okay, cool. All right. I just needed to write that down. Okay.
Yep.
So, first game, New York Giants at San Francisco. I think we both picked San Fran.
We both picked every single team the same way. We were perfect. We had the same picks.
Oh, okay. So we both got that right. Tennessee
Yeah.
at Cleveland, we both picked Cleveland, got that right.
Yep.
Denver at Miami, we both picked Miami and got that right. New
Yeah.
England at the Jets, we both picked New England, got that right.
Yeah.
Buffalo at Washington, we both picked Buffalo, got that right.
Yep.
Atlanta at Detroit, we both picked Detroit, got that right. That's a
Yep.
good start so far. And then we
Yeah.
hit these next 3. Houston at Jax, we both picked Jax and got that wrong. Chargers at Minnesota, we both picked Minnesota, got that wrong.
Yep.
Pittsburgh at Vegas, we both picked Vegas, got that wrong. Philly at Tampa Bay, we both picked Philly, and we will get that right.
That's to be determined. So
Yeah.
before we do the Philly game. My record going into week 4 is 20-9. Yours is 17-12.
Yeah, so I went ahead and wrote down my record as 18-12 because I'm counting that as a win. I'll
Wow. Okay,
change it
I'll
if they
wait.
don't win.
I'll wait. But yeah.
So
So, but either way,
what is your record now?
20-9.
So technically, if Philly wins, you'll be 21-9.
Yes, I'll have a 3-game lead on you still.
Okay, that
Either
won't
way, I'll
last
have
too
a
much longer.
3-game lead.
It's all right. Maybe this week we'll pick a few different.
Yeah. We'll see. Do we want to go over last week's fantasy stuff?
I think we do the pick'ems for this week, then we do
Oh,
fantasy for
that's right.
both weeks. Is how we did it last time.
That's right. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So week 4, we're doing the pick'ems. Of course, we got the Thursday night game, Detroit at Green Bay.
Yep.
We have Atlanta at Jacksonville, Pittsburgh at Houston, Miami at Buffalo, Denver at Chicago, Baltimore at Cleveland, Tampa Bay at New Orleans, Minnesota at Carolina, Las Vegas at LA Chargers, and New England at Dallas.
Awesome.
All right,
You know,
so first
I'll
game,
start.
Detroit at Green Bay.
I got Detroit.
Yeah,
Dang you. Okay.
that's who I got too.
Dang. Okay.
I almost went Green Bay because the home team and they're pretty even, but then I was
Yeah.
like, I trust Jared Goff in that offense over Jordan Love and
Yeah.
his. Um, Atlanta at Jacksonville. I actually am going with Jacksonville.
You're actually going with
I think they
Jackson.
bounce. I think they bounce back hard. That was an embarrassing loss, and I think they beat Atlanta.
You said the same thing
What about
last
you?
week. I'm going. You said the same thing last week. I think they bounced back hard, but no, I'm going with the Jags. I think they get it done.
You think they'll bounce back hard?
Yeah. All right. Pittsburgh and Houston. At Houston, who do you have?
I'm actually gonna go with Houston.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
You're going what? Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah.
What?
What just happened?
What just happened?
Like you cut out, the screen went black, and it said "host will be there soon."
Yeah, it's got me. This app, I gotta find a new streaming service or something because this app is so whack.
Yeah.
It's got me sideways now and you straight.
Yeah. I see that.
I don't even know what the problem is.
I
But
mean, whatever.
yeah.
It's
All right.
it's one episode.
Yeah. Where were we? Were we on Pittsburgh and Houston?
Pittsburgh at Houston. So you said you taking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh.
All right. Yeah, I debated on that one, but I think C.J. Stroud and them keep rolling off that momentum against the Jags.
We'll see. Pittsburgh usually has one big play and then their defense just holds the opposing team. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Miami at Buffalo.
This one's tough, dude. But I'm going with the home team. Buffalo's hot right now. Miami's hot. I'm going with the home team. The
You're going with
Bills.
Buffalo.
Yes. As much as I want Miami to win, I got to go with Buffalo.
Dude, I was this close to going with Buffalo because I was like, Miami, this hot streak has to end at some time, and I feel
Yeah.
like Buffalo is the team to do it. But I'm going with Miami. So
Well, that's
that's
our
two
first one
so far.
different.
That no, because you picked Pittsburgh, I picked Houston.
Oh, that's right. Two different. Okay.
Yeah, that's the week of my comeback.
Yeah, okay.
Denver at Chicago. Man, battle
Two
of
of them.
two sorry teams.
Yep.
I just feel like out of the two, Denver has more potential to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially after that embarrassment, Sean Payton is gonna get them fired up. I don't see Sean Payton losing to Chicago after that embarrassing loss.
Nope. I
Um,
got Denver.
yep, Denver. Baltimore at Cleveland,
This one could be a good game, but I'm going with Baltimore.
and I'm going with Cleveland.
Nice. That's three different. I can either
This
pull away
is
or tie.
this one was a toss up for me, and the same reason you chose Buffalo. I was like, I'm just gonna go with the home team.
Okay.
Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
With Derek Carr being out, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay.
Derek Carr's out.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Shit.
You don't do your research. Don't be changing anything now.
No, I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I wouldn't have chosen New Orleans if I knew Derek Carr was out,
Yeah.
because I was almost going to choose Tampa Bay anyways, and then I was like, no, Derek Carr's the better quarterback, I think.
Did you really just circle Tampa Bay when you went? What are you doing? Are you cheating?
No, I'm not cheating. I didn't know that
Oh.
Derek Carr was out. I
Oh,
would have
okay.
chosen. There's no way I would have chosen New Orleans if I would have known Derek Carr was out.
Yeah. All right. Move on.
Minnesota at Carolina.
Go on with Minnesota. I think they get their first win of the year.
Yep, I mean Kirk has been hot. It's crazy how good he's doing, and they're not winning. That defense must just be horrible.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like still they've got to be the better team than Carolina.
Yep.
Las Vegas at LA Chargers.
Going with the Chargers.
Yeah, me too. Even though I think Las Vegas is going to do really well, I think this is going to be a high scoring game. Um, I'm going with the Chargers. New England at Dallas.
Oh boy. I'm going with Dallas.
Yeah, I'm going with Dallas too. I
I
think
mean,
last week was a fluke. Um,
yeah.
their defense is way too strong. New England has a strong defense too, but I trust Dallas's offense more than New England's offense,
Yeah. So we got a couple different, three or four?
which is crazy because you'll see a couple of my fantasy trust bust thrust. It's crazy that I'm actually picking Dallas, but yeah,
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a low scoring, close game.
It could be.
I think it's gonna be a defensive battle, low scoring game.
Dallas just put up 18 points against one of the worst teams in the league. So
Yeah.
who knows? All right. Do you want to do last week's fantasy?
Yeah. All
All
right,
right.
so we'll move into our trust bust thrust. For quarterbacks, you always start first, so go over what you did.
Okay. This is week 4. Hold on. Let me go back to week 3. I'm behind. All right. My trust this past week was Patrick Mahomes. He played the Bears, and I projected him getting 26, and he got 25.6. So that was
Wow,
very close. Yeah.
that's exactly like my quarterback.
Really?
Yeah, well, you'll see when
Wow.
we get there.
My bust was Justin Fields. They played the Chiefs. I had him getting 12, and he did 10.66.
Okay,
My thrust was Brock Purdy. He played the Giants. I had him getting 18, and he got 20.3.
nice.
Yep.
So you hit all three of those.
Yep.
All right, my trust was Kirk Cousins. I had him projected 26.5, and he got 25.68.
Yep.
My bust was Justin Fields. I had him projected 12.8, and he got 10.66.
Mm.
My thrust, unfortunately, we were forced to do this on Monday instead of Tuesday, like we will from now on. So I don't know, because my thrust was Matthew Stafford.
Okay. They play at 7, so
Yeah, so we'll see next week. Remind me to go back and look at that next week.
I will.
All right, moving on to running backs. So I'll go first on this one. My trust was Travis Etienne. They played fucking Houston. I almost forgot. I had him projected 17.8, and guess what he got?
17.8.
17.8 exactly. I don't
Yeah.
think that's ever happened in the history of our Trust Bust Thrust.
No.
My bust was James Conner. They played Dallas, who should have shut him down,
Yeah.
and he ended up getting his best week yet, 19.6.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I think we both missed on our busts. Yeah.
And then my thrust, unfortunately, once again, I won't know yet, is Kyron Williams.
For the Rams.
Rams, and they're
Yeah.
playing Cincinnati tonight. I
All right.
think he's going to hit, but we'll see.
Cool. All right. So my running back trust for last week was DeAndre Swift. He who did Philly play last week? I didn't write that down. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, anyways, he got 8. He got shit, I didn't write down his numbers. Wow. I don't remember what he did.
Who was it?
DeAndre Swift.
I don't know. I know. I'm pretty sure he did good. Kenny Gainwell's back this week, but
Yeah.
Swift
I
had some big numbers.
I don't know why I didn't write his number down. I wrote everybody else's but his.
Wow.
Um Yeah, I had him doing 18. I think it was close, but who knows?
Yeah.
My bust was Damian Pierce. I had him doing 9, but he ended up getting 14.9. So that's a miss.
Dang.
And my thrust was Jerome Ford for Cleveland. I had him doing 14, and this week he did 19.1.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got 2 out of 3 there. Maybe.
Nice. Ooh.
Receivers, my turn?
Yep.
All right. My trust was CeeDee Lamb. They played the Cardinals. I had him doing 22. He actually did 10.
Damn.
My bust was Garrett Wilson. I had him doing 10. He did 9.8.
Okay.
So right, that hit right there. And my thrust was Zay Flowers. I had him doing 13, and he did exactly 13.
Wow.
So we've both hit exactly on our projection.
Nice.
Yeah.
My trust was Devontae Adams, and I had him doing 20.6, and he did 42.2.
What?
Yeah.
He did 42.2 last night? Holy crap.
Yeah. Dude, Keenan Allen freaking did put up
45?
another 40 points as well.
Yeah. That's
Um,
insane.
my bust was Nico Collins. I had him doing 10.9, and he did 5.4. And then
Nice.
my thrust, once again, my thrust for every position so far is a Rams player, Puka Nakua. So I don't know yet. I have him doing 24.1 tonight.
Okay.
And then moving on to tight ends. So my trust was George Kittle. I had him doing 9.2. He ended up doing 16.
Yep.
My bust was Kyle Pitts. I had him doing 5.1, and he actually ended up doing 8.7, so I missed that one. Kyle Pitts actually put up numbers this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, my thrust was Jake Ferguson. I had him doing 11.2, and he did a 9.8, which is good enough for a thrust.
Okay. That's
So I
7.
got
Yep.
2 out of 3 there. I've basically gotten 2 out of or 3 out of 3 in quarterbacks, receivers, hopefully, we'll see, and
Yeah.
2 out of 3 in running backs and tight ends.
Nice. Nice. All right. So my tight end, my trust was Travis Kelce. This week I had him doing 17, and he did 19.9.
Okay.
My bust was Hayden Hurst, who did I had doing 7, and he did 2.1.
Nice.
And my thrust was David Njoku, who I had doing 11, but he only did 6.
Okay.
So 2
Dang.
out of 3 there.
All right.
Yep.
Beast of the week.
Oh, let me go back. Oh boy. Let's see. Beast of the week. I had my boy Christian McCaffrey.
How many did you do?
Oh shoot, 20. I believe it's 20 or 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got you beat anyways. My beast of the week was Kirk Cousins, which was probably a shocker to people, and he did 25.68.
Nice. We wanted that category, but he clearly wasn't the beast of the week.
No, so the clear beast of the week was, I don't know how to say his name. I think it's Devon Achane or
A-Chain
Achane.
for Miami.
Achane.
Yeah.
He did 51.3.
Oh, I saw something on Twitter to where if you had Tua, Hill, Mostert, and A-Chain or something like that, you would have put up 190 points just from them
Yeah.
in fantasy. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, in my one league, in our league with Mitty, I have Tua and Tyreek Hill.
And you put up 180.
Yeah.
Just, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to week four's fantasy trust bust and thrust.
All right, you go ahead and start with your quarterbacks.
Okay, my quarterbacks, my trust this week is who I'm beginning to enjoy starting in fantasy football, Kirk Cousins.
Nice.
Last week he did 25.6. This week I have him doing 24.
Okay.
Yep.
Against Carolina.
Yeah. My bust is Sam Howell. He may not be a lot of starters in fantasy, but I'm just letting you know he's going to be a bust. This past week he did 0.6 points against the Bills.
Wow. That
And
is horrible.
this week I'm going to give him 6.
Wow.
My thrust this week is Russell Wilson. Yeah, he played Miami last week and had a horrible game. He got 14.2 points. This week, I'm going to give him 22 against the Bears.
Okay.
Yep.
My trust for the second week in a row is Kirk Cousins.
Oh, we're alike.
Yep. Last week he did 25.6. Playing Carolina this week, I have him doing a little less than you, but still good numbers. I have him doing 22.3.
Okay.
Yep. The only reason I say that is because I think it will be he's gonna like start the game off hot, and then they're sort of just gonna like I think they're gonna get up by a pretty good lead and then take it a little easy.
Yeah.
My bust this week, which I'm iffy about, but just because the defense they're going against, and I just don't trust them completely yet. Dak Prescott. Last week he did 14.36. His going against New England, and I see them stop shutting him down a little bit. I think it's going to be a low scoring game for both teams, and I see him doing 12.9.
Dak. Okay.
And then my thrust is CJ Stroud.
Oh, you're high
Last
on Houston.
last week he did 20.6 against the Jags. He's going against Pittsburgh. Um, I still think the Jags have a better defense than Pittsburgh does, even though we played like that. Um, but I have them doing a little bit less this week, but still good numbers at 17.6.
Okay.
Yep.
You
All
start
right.
running backs.
Running backs. My trust, Bijan Robinson. Last week he only did 10, which was an off week for him. He's going against Jacksonville, and our run defense isn't looking exactly the best right now. I'm hoping they prove differently.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like Kyle Pitts. Like I'm gonna say otherwise until they prove it.
Yeah.
I have Bijan Robinson doing 15.2.
I don't want that to happen, but okay, we'll see.
My bust is another Robinson, Brian Robinson for Washington. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week he only did 7. This week he's going against a tough Philly defense. I have him doing a little bit better at 8.5.
Okay. Right under
And
the
then,
bust line.
yep. And then my thrust was your thrust last week, Jerome Ford. Last week he did 19.1. I think he's proven himself now after this week. I don't think you can no longer say thrust for him. If we're going to list him, he's got to be a trusted starter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he will be a trust after this week. He's going against Baltimore. I have him doing 17.2.
Wow, that's a lot against Baltimore.
Yep.
All right. So my trusted running back this week is Tony Pollard. He did 15.1 against Arizona. I'm going to give him 17 this week.
Okay.
My bust is James Cook. He plays Miami. Miami's got a tough defense. James did 13.2 last week. I'm going to give him 9 this week.
Okay.
Right at the bus line.
Yeah.
And my thrust this week was kind of hard for me to put him here. Is Derrick Henry.
Wow.
This past week against Cleveland, he only had like 7 or 8 carries, 2 fantasy points. 2.
Damn.
Derrick Henry, 2 fantasy points. I'm going to give him 12 this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead to the receivers.
All right,
Who's
receivers.
Tennessee playing?
Dude, I don't know. I didn't write it down.
I almost chose that as one of my games for the pick'ems. Dang, I forget. Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways, my trust at wide receiver this week is Tyreek Hill. He's
Stealing
playing
my
Buffalo.
boy.
Yeah, he's playing Buffalo, so he's going to be targeted a lot. And who knows with Waddle being out. We'll see. But he did 30.7 last week. I'm going to give him 26.
Okay.
My bust is DJ Moore. He did 13.1 against Kansas City, and I'm going to give him right under the bus line at 10.
Okay.
Yep. And my thrust is George Pickens. He did 11.5 against Vegas, but I'm going to give him 13 against Houston.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, my trust this week is DK Metcalf, who's I usually don't. I don't know if I've ever put him there, but
We've never put him there. No.
he's last week he did 17.2. This week he's playing the Giants, and I have him doing 15.3.
Okay.
My bust, CD Lamb. Last week he did 10.2. He's playing New England. New England's really good at stopping primary receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I have him doing 10.4. My thrust, you're going to love this. A good old Houston boy. Tank Dell.
Wow.
Last week against the Jags, he did 25.5. He's playing Pittsburgh this week. I think he's earned some trust from C.J. Stroud. I have him doing not near as much as last week, but still decent numbers at 14.7.
I was about to say Pittsburgh has a better defense than we do, I believe.
No.
Or better secondary.
You think so?
Yes, I think they do.
Oh.
But we'll see. Your turn to start tight ends.
So my trust at tight end, Evan Ingram. Last week he did 13.7. They're going against Atlanta this week in London. I have him doing 15.1.
Okay. I hope so.
My bust, Dalton Schultz. Last week he did 1.9. He's going against Pittsburgh. I have him doing 4.9.
Okay.
And my thrust, name that I never heard of before. I don't know why he wasn't on my radar until this last week. Sam Laporta.
Yeah, for Detroit.
This last week he did 22.4. He's going against Green Bay. I have him doing a lot less, but still respectable at 12.1.
Okay. All right. My trust at tight end this week, I have George Kittle. He did 16 points against the Giants this past Thursday. I have him doing 18 points.
Nice.
Not sure who they're playing. I don't remember who it was, but enough to get him 18 points.
It was somebody easy. I want to say it's Arizona.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Arizona.
Yes, you're right. My bust is Dalton Schultz.
Nice.
You just said it. He did 1.9. I'm going to give him 5, though, this week.
Okay. Nice. That's pretty close. I did 4.9. Yeah.
So my thrust this week is your trust, Evan Ingram. I think he gets more involved in the offense this week after the second half of this past game against Houston. They realize they need to get him more involved. I'm going to give him 16 points.
Nice.
Yep. After last week's and how close we were, I cannot wait to see what we do again this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we should start our own Sunday morning fantasy show.
Yeah.
Like, what's his name? Matthew Berry. Yep.
All right.
Is there anything you want to add?
Well, we need to not to that, but we need to do Beast of the Week.
That's right.
All right. So who you got?
My beast of the week this week is who we probably have the same one again.
No,
No?
because you didn't even. I'm telling you, you didn't even know what my guy did this past week.
Okay. Well, my beast of the week this week is Tyreek Hill, and I have him doing 26 points.
So 26 is your Beast of the Week.
Yes. And I know that's not going to happen. Some no name's going to put up 40 again.
What's your secondary?
Stephon Diggs putting up 24.
Okay. My numbers are a lot higher, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, my Beast of the Week is Devonte Adams
I knew that was going to happen.
going against the Chargers. I feel like it's going to be a high scoring game. He's going to get utilized a lot. And I have him doing 38.4.
Wow. Okay.
My secondary, even though I almost picked him as my primary, but I'm like, this dude, I can't see him doing it 3 weeks in a row, putting up these 40 plus points or whatever, 30 plus
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
My secondary was Keenan Allen. Last week he did 45.4. Going against Vegas, I had him doing 36.
Well, you never know because Mike Williams he just tore his ACL.
Damn.
And I
Yeah.
got him in a couple fantasy leagues. I got to just throw him away,
Yeah, I got him in one league. Yeah.
Oh, well. We'll
But
see. I think you own me in Beast of the Week, though, so far this season.
yeah, I think I've hit everyone.
And I've got you in the pick 'em right now. In fantasy, we're both pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then next week, we'll start doing it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully it'll be up by Wednesday. Yep.
Yep.
All right, y'all. That's it for week 4's episode. I'm Raymond.
I'm Scar. This is the Brew Dudes Sportscast.
Until next time.
Keep it brewing with your sideways beer.